Another day and more breaking news going on in baseball. The San Francisco Giants are signing future Hall of Famer Justin Verlander to a 1-year deal. We haven't seen how much money it's worth. My guess, not a ton. We'll find out. I'll put it in the video if we get that number before I upload it here. But Justin Verlander is a San Francisco Giant. Now, I don't really recall hearing anything about JV this offseason. You know, his contract, the big one that he signed with the Mets that transferred over to the Astros, that was finished after the 2024 season. And, you know, he said he wanted to keep pitching. I assumed that he was going to find some team, although we didn't really know what team. And here he is, Justin Verlander signing with the Giants. One of the big stories this offseason has been the Giants and their pursuit for pitching, bolstering up that starting rotation, and they've missed out a lot. They tried to bring back Blake Snell, who was fantastic for him last year. It didn't work out. They were supposedly the favorite at Corbin Burns. You know, in California, his home state, he chose to go a little bit east to play for the D-backs. You know, the Giants missed out on a lot of players, and they bring in 42-year-old Justin Verlander alongside a rotation which doesn't have a lot of assurances besides Logan Webb, who, of course, is great. He's one of the best starting pitchers in baseball, I would say. He's dependable. I like him a lot. Robbie Ray, of course, he came back late last year after injuries, and he looked okay. He's getting older. I'm not sure how much you're really going to get from him. You've got Kyle Harrison, Hayden Birdsong. Those guys are both young. We'll see what happens with them. Jordan Hicks, that project of getting him into the rotation or back to the rotation to where he first began in Major League Baseball, it was going really well at the beginning part of the year, and then it slumped off. He went to the bullpen, although the Giants say he's back in the rotation for this year. Verlander is needed. Some kind of pitcher is needed in this rotation because it isn't great. Perhaps I spoke a bit too soon. I don't know for sure if Verlander is the guy that they should have gotten. They missed out on a ton. There are still better options, in my opinion, than Justin Verlander right now. In 2024, he was flat out bad. You see the 5.5 ERA, which was by far the worst year of his career. I mean, he's 42 years old. The Astros left him off the postseason roster. I don't think he was entirely completely healthy, but they didn't trust him in the postseason based off what he was in 2024. Like I said, it's Cooperstown, the Hall of Fame for Verlander. Whenever he retires, wait 5 years, he's first ballot. No doubt about that. He's fantastic as a Tiger. Traded to the Astros. He was terrific, crucial in that 2017 postseason, won a Cy Young in 2019, got hurt, missed 2 seasons. Boom, another Cy Young. 2023, he signs with the Mets. He pitches pretty well, but he winds up back in Houston by midseason at the trade deadline. Now, when you look a little bit deeper at Verlander, because I don't think it's fair to look at just last year, right? You know, guys have one down year, although I would say at this age, there's reason to believe that Verlander's stuff would keep declining. What do you notice here? The fastball, which has significantly declined. You know, it has gone down to the 40th percentile. In 2017, when he got traded to Houston, he was throwing still 95 on average. He could pump it up there, get close to triple digits, and now it's down a couple miles per hour at 93.5. Factor in the league adjustment. Guys are throwing harder now. That 93 mile an hour heater is not very good. That isn't the only reason, but you look at the strikeout rate. Before the injury in 2020, he pitched 1 game in the COVID season, then came back in 2022. He wasn't striking out quite as many guys in that 2022 Cy Young, but look at the drop-off these last couple of years. He is really diminishing on his strikeout rate. Guys aren't chasing his pitches outside the strike zone. He's giving up more walks. His command has suffered. That curveball, which was so dominant, doesn't have the same kind of spin rate on it. Like we said, the fastball isn't getting quite up there. He is aging. He's 42 years old, right? He's not the same guy that he used to be, and that reflects all across the board. He's getting hit harder, can't strike out guys and miss bats to the same extent, and he's having trouble commanding his pitches. So, I don't really know what to make of this yet. Again, I haven't seen the dollar amount. I don't think this is going to capsize what the Giants are trying to do financially, right? I think this is probably like $10 to $15 million max. JV is at a mountain of career earnings in his time in MLB. I don't think he needs too much more money. He just wants to keep pitching. He's a big baseball guy, and I credit him for that effort. I think he has a chance. We've seen, the renaissance of him in 2022, despite the lower strikeout rate. He was able to get a bunch of ground balls and limit that hard hit contact. Maybe, he's going to be healthy coming into 2025, playing in a more pitcher-friendly ballpark in San Francisco. I think he could be all right for the Giants, but for a team that clearly is looking to contend in a very contentious and a West, which has 4 legit contenders, Dodgers, Padres, Diamondbacks, and the Giants. Not so much the Rockies, at least not yet. Obviously, the Giants would have loved to get Corbin Burnes. They tried pretty hard on him. I don't remember their last offer on Blake Snell. It ultimately, I don't think, was going to match the Dodgers. Plus, I think Blake Snell wanted to be in LA. But losing Snell, replacing with Verlander, I don't think that's a win. And the Giants are going to need some help on the pitching front, whether that comes from Kyle Harrison and his development, maybe Hayden Birdsong, or some of the other guys. Mason Black will get more opportunities. Do we see Carson Wisenhunt come up at some point? Very excited for him. So I don't know. The Giants are in play for Roki Sasaki, as we're told. If they were to get him, great. I would feel really good about the rotation heading into that, because I'm a big fan of Roki Sasaki. But as it sits right now, I'm a little worried. And realistically, how much Verlander could you even see, right? Even if he is pretty good. Can he stay healthy at this point? Many injuries down the road. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think about this. JV as a Giant. Nailed it. $15 million, 1-year deal for Justin Verlander. You look at the Giants' payroll. Going to put it at about $150 at the moment. JV to the Giants.